Yeah, good morning. So we are continuing with the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Canto 3, Part 2, Chapter 20th, and we had completed till verse 38. Now, this is a conversation between Maitreya and Vidur. So, in that we have learnt so far that Brahmaji, who has been given the charge of creation, he is supposed to start creating things in this universe. So, every kind of creature, from demons to rakshasas to human beings to everything has to be created. There is a process involved. Now, the process is such that if it is your job to create something, let us say you are writing a book. That is the job that you have been given. When you write a book, you may be opening up your laptop and you may start typing. That can happen. But let us look at it from this point of view. You may be sitting in your chair in office and suddenly you get an idea. You may take out a notebook and jot down something. You may be driving in the middle of the street somewhere and you see some object somewhere and you get drawn towards that object, and you may stop the car somewhere little further and write about it, linking it to your story. Now, these are some instances. Now, let me give you a couple of more so you get an understanding of the subject. You are having a dream. You are sleeping, you are having a dream, you are in that REM state, and you have a situation which has come up, which seems like a very interesting situation which you can include in your book. Now, I have given you 5-6 different situations where you are gaining something or the other from different places and you are creating something. So, you are that creator. Depending on how you are facing the world, whether it's a dream, whether you are driving, whether you are sitting in an office chair, or whether you are sleeping, or whatever that you are doing, is actually motivating you in that direction to create something which you can use over there. So your dream sequence is used in your story. In your driving, you saw something, that object is used in your story. I hope you are getting it. So our life is always run on these lines. If you have had a very bad fight with someone, the next person that comes in front of you, you are not going to talk nicely to that person. Is that correct or wrong? You will find that you are going to be mean to that person. You may transfer your anger to that. So you are always going to be motivated by the circumstances. Here Brahmaji is also in a similar boat. Every time when he is doing something, either he is in a Rajasic mood, he is in a Tamasic mode, he is sleeping, he is dreaming, he is doing something or the other, and because of that his creations are varying in different types. So there are different varieties of beings that come about. So we have learned so far this much. Now we are going to learn how Brahmaji creates this other world. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 2. This is Chapter 20, verse 39. After that, Brahma gave up the shining and beloved form of moonlight. Vishwavasu and other Gandharvas gladly took possession of it. Verse 40, the glorious Brahma next evolved from his sloth, the ghost and the finds. And he closed his eyes when he saw them stark naked with their hair scattered. Now, as I told you before, everything is punctuated by the mood of Brahmaji. You see the whole point of it? He was in a good mood. He created from his body the evening. The evening time. And the evening came out as a woman. And all the Rakshasas and all were very much attracted to it. You saw that yesterday. And they fell in love with her and they were all lusting for her. Now it's just an evening, all right? And that is the reason why in our life, human beings find that their libido starts going up as the evening closes in. And as night time comes close by, you will find the libido is very high. This is how it is. And in this case also, finally, Brahmaji is upset with his own behavior and he discards that body of his. When he discards that body of his, the Vishwavasu and other Gandharvas took the body up because they wanted to make use of that body. And then later on, he got into this sloth phase. That means laziness. I don't want to do anything. I hate it. When you are lazy also, what exactly are you creating in your world? The ghost and the negative enemies, the finds. They are not friends. They are the opposite of friends. They are the bad creatures. So you can understand when you are lying in a slothful position, in a lazy position, laziness creates ghosts as well as the negative elements. And they were stark naked and their hairs were scattered. The ghost and the hobgoblins took possession of the body thrown off in the form of yawning by Brahma, the creator of the living entities. This is also known as the sleep which causes drooling. The hobgoblins and the ghosts attack men who are impure, and their attack is spoken of as insanity. Now, this is something which I will have to explain to you. Now, I want you to understand where insanity and all the negative traits come. The negative traits of whatever that we are seeing so far. Like say for example over here, they are personified as ghosts and hobgoblins. Okay. Now what does this mean? The ghost from the past girlfriends. I'm sure some of you might have seen that movie. So there is something which is the past which creates these ghosts. That comes up. Now when does it come up? It comes up when laziness comes in a person. When human beings lie in the bed, very lazy, they don't want to do anything. When they are just whiling their time. Have you noticed a lot of people in your own world are such lazy people? They would rather lie in their bed doing nothing. Now you may say they are doing nothing. Are you sure they are doing nothing, or are they doing quite a lot? They are doing quite a lot. What is happening to them is their mind is roaming at a fabulous pace. It is going from place to place to place to place to place. We have this empty mind is a devil's workshop. Have you heard of this sentence? So the devils, the ghosts and the demons are working in these people's minds. When you have nothing to do, when you are a lazy person, all your past comes as a ghost and stands in front of you. You may be just lying in bed, in that state of laziness, and suddenly in front of you some situation from yesterday, day before yesterday, 1 year back, 10 years back, 20 years back, it is going to crop up like a ghost. Oh, when I was a child, my mother treated me badly. My father did this to me. My brother, he was such a nasty person. In my school, I was treated very badly. My professor, he tried to take advantage of me. He never treated me nicely. Can you imagine all these things happening? I should not have got married to this person. I had such great opportunities of marrying that handsome Hulk. But now he is gone. Now I have this guy whom I have to live my life with. He looks so horrible. How many things are there? Oh, my husband said that you are spending too much money. He is doing like this. He himself goes out and drinks and does this. You know, all these are called ghosts. These ghosts are standing in front of you. Why? This is called negativity. This is the state where Brahmaji is yawning. Laziness is filling up with him. It is a tamasic state. So any person who is in the state of tamas, their past ghosts and goblins are going to come and stand in front of them. Brahmaji has very clear idea about what he is doing over here. He himself is the one who is a creator. So do not consider Brahmaji outside of you. Please let me tell you this much. Brahmaji is represented in you as well. Physical representation is there as well as other representation. Spiritual representation is there inside your being. I told you Brahmaji's domain is somewhere above the center of your body. The solar plexus, somewhere there. He creates this kind of a world for you. It is not some person sitting. Please don't be under the impression that there is one tiny Brahmaji sitting inside your stomach. Okay, please. This is a children's way of looking at things. No. So, in your world, you have to think that there is a domain where all this kind of knowledge and information is coming out from. And all these ghosts will come and hound you. So they come to you and they hound you about your past and all these things. So when you do this, it is the precursor of sleep. Yawning is precursor of sleep. That means before you go to sleep, you are going to yawn and all these creatures are going to come. Science also tells you the same thing. Science tells you that when you are falling asleep, just before that you have the REM sleep. That is rapid eye movement, isn't it? And because of the rapid eye movement, you are going to come across all these kind of dreams. So dreams also come about. And these ghosts and hobgoblins are going to hound you. They are impure. And their attack is spoken of as insanity. Insanity is an important word over here. In this world, you will find that spiritual people normally are not found at such places where there are insane people and this and that, because their insanity is different. Spiritual insanity means when you are lost in the world of God. That is not to be mixed with the nonsensical insanity which people have in this world. Okay? This kind of a world where you are creating all kinds of hallucinations, ghosts in your life. There is something which I was seeing something. There is this person who keeps on seeing a wild animal during the day and night as well. A wild animal is not there in the city. Why is it that he is seeing that wild animal and he has to go to a person in psychiatry department so that he can get himself cured? When you know very well that that thing doesn't exist, how is it that in that person's world it is so much there? Do you understand? In almost all spiritual countries, they do not have these kind of diseases. Except those who are non-spiritual will have these kind of diseases. They keep on seeing things. They experience all kinds of wrong situations. They think somebody is persecuting them. They keep on locating things like, oh my, this is gone, my that is gone, and they keep on popping pills. Why does that happen in these kind of countries and not in spiritual nations? Simple answer is, in India or in other spiritual countries, We know how to control the mind. These are ghosts and creatures created by the mind. There is nothing real in them. Like the dreams, they are all unreal. Insanity is also unreal, but your mind has created it and you have accepted it, so you are insane. Are you getting it? Science is going to debunk this. They will say all your spirituality is bunkum. No. This is written in our scriptures, whether you like it or not. So it is there. Recognizing himself to be full of desire and energy, the worshipful Brahma, the creator of the living entities, evolved from his own invisible form, from his navel, the host of Sandhyas and Pitas. The Pitas themselves took the possessions of the invisible body, the source of their existence. It is through the medium of invisible body that those well preserved in the rituals offer oblations to Sandhyas and Pitas in the form of departed ancestors on the occasions of the Shraddha. Many years I have been telling you all these creatures, like your past, grandfathers, grandmothers, great-grandfathers, great-grandmothers, your God knows, all your past people. They are called Pitas. Pitas means what? Pitra. Pitras. Pitri. Now, they are your ancients. You have got your DNA from all these creatures. Alright? All the human beings that you are precursors prior to you were born. So, these are invisible creatures. They are not going to be in front of you. Imagine, I see dead people. You don't see dead people. You get an experience of them. In what form? Subtle form. They are in the subtle world. They are not in the physical world. So Brahmaji created the Pitras, you understand, and the Sandhyas, Sadhyas from this. When he was in the invisible form, from his navel. Who are these people? They are somebody who represent your past. DNA past. So nowadays there is this thing where you can find your ancestral, DNAs. Oh, I am Greco-Roman, I am this and I am African, so much percentage and this and that. You know that you are doing like this nowadays in the world, isn't it? This is exactly what is mentioned over here. You are getting your DNA or something from somewhere, some place, from your past. There is a family tree somewhere. So these are only represented in today's day and age as subtle beings. They are not physical in nature. Okay? I want you to understand why they are not physical. Let us look at it from why they are not physical. Are they ghosts, kind of? Yes. Why? The moment they die, in a few days' time, their spirit soul has already gone away. Experiences the heaven and the hell which they are supposed to do. Because they have to go for what is called as the final judgment. In front of Yamdev. In other religions also there is a judgment day and all that kind of thing. Here also there is a judgment which happens. The Yamdev is going to give the judgment. They have to go through hells or heavens or whatever. But it is a temporary phase. They have to come back from there. Your time factor and their time factor is never the same. Okay, please understand this. Their time is different, your time is different. So when they come back from there, there already is a new body available to them. So your great-grandfather who might be dead and gone has already come in some new body. For all you know, he may be a chihuahua next to you. Imagine, he's your great-grandfather. And now you have to feed him a bone. Imagine that. And yet you are thinking, my great-grandfather came to me like a ghost. Oh, like that. No, there is no great-grandfather coming to you. Only the subtle thing is going to come and stand in front of you. That is why they are called Pitras. What is it called? Pitra. These Pitris sometimes hang around for too long. Why do they hang around for too long? Because of desires. They have unfulfilled desires. Imagine you have a father or a mother. And this father or the mother is thinking, my daughter or my son should get married, then I would like to see their grandchildren and then die. Imagine thinking like this. And the father, that son or the daughter are least interested in getting married. These old folks who die, what is going to happen to them? They are going to be hanging around. And they are going to make these other people's life miserable. Because remember, they are in the subtle form. And because they are in the subtle form, they make other people's life miserable. That is why there are ghosts and all this around you. Unfulfilled desires creates ghosts. So please understand this. So they are always in the invisible form. Okay. Then Lord Brahma, by his ability to be hidden from vision, created the Siddhas and the Vidyadharas and gave them the wonderful form of his known as the Antardhana. Siddhas, people who have magical powers, and those who have knowledge. So kind of two creatures which he created without much understanding by other ones. People coming to know about it. That means he created them secretly. So now think about it. Siddhas are the one who have siddhis. Siddhis are magical powers. Can you meet somebody who is a siddha? That person can come and stand in front of you. He has got magical powers, but you don't know about it, isn't it? There are lots of people with siddhis, but we have no idea about them. Similarly, there are those intellectual people who are never going to tell the world that I am intellectual, I am a smart person. Only the idiots in this world will say they are very smart, They think they are too smart. One day they are going to get it. So there is only the idiots call themselves smart, but the real smart people do not open their mouth. That is why they are born in secrecy. So Brahmaji gives birth to these people in secrecy. And the reason why they are something antardhan, they are always lost in themselves. They are lost within. Okay? They have become invisible and they are lost within, so they are invisible to everybody. One day, Brahma, the creator of the living entities, beheld his own reflection in the water and admiring himself, he evolved Kim Purushas as well as Kinnaras out of his reflection. Self-praise. You like to go and see yourself in the mirror. Wow, look at me. That kind of a thing. I'll take a comb and feel nice about it and I look good, Well, Brahmaji also started doing that. I don't know which head of his was looking in the water. Or whichever head that was looking in the water, he found that he looks very interesting and very smart and good looking. So from his looks, from that image, he created two entities. One is called Kinnaras and one is called Kim Purushas. Now these are musical creatures. Basically, there's a lot of music and sound and stuff like that associated with this kind of people. And today's day and age, have you noticed there are people who cannot be called as a man or a woman? They look beautiful, of course. Nobody said they don't look beautiful. And they cannot be identifiable. So for them, they are lost in their mind, whether I am this or I am that. Might have to throw a coin to understand that. So there are lots of these kind of creatures which got created out of the vanity. You understand what vanity is? The vanity of Brahmaji. It is nothing but to tell the world that, oh, I am as good as this person. The Kim Purushas and Kinnaras took possession of that shadowy form left by Brahma. That is why their spouses sing the praises by recounting his exploits at every daybreak. So this is the time when these Kim Purushas and Kinnaras, they start their musical singing early in the morning. Because it is the shadowy figure which created it. So these came from a different domain altogether. Once Brahma lay down with his body stretched at full length, he was very concerned that the work of creation has not proceeded apace, and in the sullen mood, he gave up that body too. Oh, my dear Vidura, the hair that dropped from that body transformed into snakes, and even when the body crawled along with its hand and feet contracted, they sprang from its ferocious serpents and nagas with their hoods expanded. So the creation of the nagas and other snakes and creatures which creep and crawl. How did they come about? They came about when Brahmaji was quite dissatisfied with what he is doing, and he said, oh, to the hell with all this. I'll just lie down for some time. And then he was just thinking, and when he was thinking, he went into a sullen mood. Do you have a person in your life who goes in a sullen mood? When somebody goes in a sullen mood, at that time they create snakes. Creepy, crawly creatures. So Brahmaji, when his body, which was supposed to be that, in the sullen mood, the body dropped off. When the body dropped off, from his body, the hairs on his body created snakes and Nagaloka. And that is how the snakes came into existence. One day, Brahma, the self-born, the first living creature, felt as if the object of his life has been accomplished. At that time, he evolved from his mind the Manus who promote the welfare activities of the universe. So now, Brahmaji has thought that, okay, I have done quite a lot by now. With all my dreaming and, in sullen mood and all those kind of moods that I had, even becoming lazy, getting up early and creating all kinds of things in this world. Now I am fed up of all these things. And I am happy. Okay, I accomplished so much. So now he thought that it is time for him to celebrate his accomplishments. And when he felt accomplished, the human beings came into the picture. So our first grandfather, great, God knows when, how many multiple n times great grandfather came into the picture. His name is Manu. So Manu came into the picture, whose job was to promote this world, make it a better place. So he was created by Brahmaji when he was feeling that he has accomplished something in his life. Are you also in the same position or no? When you think that you have done something really spectacular, when you feel that you have accomplished something, let us say in your own company or in wherever that you are working or in your sports field, you have accomplished, you have got one medal. You know how you feel? Yes, I have done the job. So when you do the job, you create a new human being. A new you comes into the picture. All right? The self-processed creator gave them his own human form. On seeing the Manu who has been created earlier, the demigods, the Gandharvas and so on applauded Brahma, the Lord of this universe. And for your accomplishments, are people going to clap around? Are they going to praise you? Yes. So in a similar fashion, when Brahmaji has accomplished everything, he created human beings in the form of Manu, who is the first person to be created as a human. And that human being had a form which was very close to Brahmaji's form. An intelligent being. His own son, we say. And when the gods were looking at all this creation happening, remember, all these creatures are already created. They are roaming around and performing their actions. So when the gods came to know that Brahmaji has created this man, who is as good as Brahmaji, they all came and they clapped for what he was doing and they praised him. The self-possessed creator gave them his own form. So Manu, he has given his own form. Remember this. So Manu is your from where you came from. That is why you are also in the form of Brahmaji's creation. You are also one of the creatures who have come from Brahmaji. They prayed, O creator of the universe, we are glad what you have produced is well done, since ritualistic acts have now been established soundly in this human form. We shall all share the sacrificial oblation. So you have created this human form, which is one of the best, the topmost form of all. It's very closely resembling you, Brahmaji. So all the gods and all the denizens of this world, they were very happy that Brahmaji has created someone very much close to his own form. And then all these around them, that is all these creatures around Brahmaji, they said, okay, it is time that we teach this form something which is called ritualistic behavior. Alright? So, they started creating these kind of rituals, protocols, your constitution. Before anything happens, do you know the rules and the regulations and the way how things are to be done, protocols to be followed, have to be put in the picture? So this creature had to be taught all those things, and naturally all the gods over there said, okay, we have to give this form the way of creating these oblations, activities like eating food, drinking, sleeping, walking, talking. These are called things that we are supposed to do. These are sacrifices. And how to do that sacrifice, there is a system. There is a protocol to be followed. And that protocol is called these sacrificial things, like oblations. And they have to be performed in a systematic manner. Got it? Have you noticed that for everything you do, there is a system that you follow? Correct? So the system has to be followed. So that system was created by all these gods, which are called demigods. Having equipped himself with austere penance, adoration, mental concentration and absorption in devotion, accompanied by dispassion, and having controlled his senses, Brahma, the self-born living creature, evolved great sages as his beloved sons. Now Brahmaji says, okay, I have created this human being, but now I am going to do meditation, I am going to do penance, I am going to do adoration to God, I am going to mentally concentrate on the divine. Now I am going to only do that. So naturally when he does that, what kind of a creature will come out? The creature which is going to come out of his creation is going to be exactly that. That is the reason why the sages and the saints came out, who are full of devotion, who are full of penance and austerity and goodness in them. And that is how he created that world. The last verse, that is verse 53 from chapter 20. To each one of the sons, the unborn creator of the universe gave a part of his own body, which was characterized by deep meditation, mental concentration, supernatural powers, austerity, adoration, and renunciation. So for each of his sons, that is these sages which were created by Brahmaji, when he himself was doing meditation and he was lost in his own self, he was doing the austere penances, he was admiring God, he was saying prayers to the divine, all the good qualities that were there, he distributed it to these sages and saints. He said, okay, now these are the things I am bequeathing you all. And he gave it to them. So what were they? One was called deep meditation. That is why you will find that these sages always are in deep meditation. They are able to do mental concentration. Can a normal man do mental concentration? No. So the sages can do that. They have supernatural powers. All kinds of supernatural powers are there in them. They have austerity. They have adoration to God. And they have renunciation. They can be renunciates also. So the sages were given this kind. So when you have a sage today, please remember, he is not a human being who has become a sage. He is a sage from the sages' heavens who has come to earth, taken a human form, and now he will act as a sage over here. Are you getting it? It's not that a human being has turned a sage. It is a sage who has turned a human being and is now going to become a sage again, when he recognizes his own self. And that is the reason why in this material world, if you come across a sagacious person, remember he has come from that domain of Brahmaji, where Brahmaji has enacted all these good qualities. Okay, so we have come to the end of this particular chapter, chapter 20. And tomorrow we will start this new chapter, Manu and Kardama. So we will stop over here for today.
Recording.